Morgan with only 2 rebounds. She was 0 of 7 shooting in the first half. And by the time the first half came to a close, she was absolutely exhausted. It's Orcutt, Mummy, Mooney, McCoy, and Beatty on the floor for the Spartans. Saeed at the top of the arc to the left. Here's Morgan. They continue to work around the perimeter. Canute, Saeed gives back to Morgan. A sort of a front screen there, and Mooney comes away with a rebound after the missed shot. So Case on their first offensive possession looks to grow this 3-point lead, 29-26. McCoy back to Mooney. Skip pass to the right side of the floor. This is Laura Mummy. She'll throw it out to Beatty. 8 to shoot it. With her teammates counting down, the ball poked away at the top of the arc. Mooney has to hoist. Banks it off the top of the window, and it's a shot clock violation.
I wouldn't have been surprised to see that one fall. That's Julie's spot, isn't it? After that buzzer beater on Friday night at the end of the first half versus Rochester.
She hit one on the other side of the floor, but it was from a little bit closer to that, but not much.
Even in that situation where she's being hurried and has to fire a shot from well beyond the arc, you just see a nice calm with her shot and a really smooth delivery. She lets it go.
And then she vehemently denies that shot on the defensive side of the floor. Here come the Spartans. McCoy pushes the tempo and misses the lay-in. Morgan clears it for the blue and gold. They look to attack on the right side of the floor. Morgan with a little bit of a push off on the spin move. Saeed's baseline 2 is good. 29-28.
Another thing the Spartans have to do, as Julie Mooney gets fouled there, another thing the Spartans have to do is work to hold on to the lead. They've had leads multiple times this year and they were not able to hold on to them. They have to make sure to not let Emory come out too fast here.
Savannah Morgan exits as Shelly Canute picks up her second personal foul. Mooney for 3, in.
Smooth.
She's just a pure shooter. Beautiful form. She keeps her feet underneath her, squares her shoulders to the basket nicely. Julie Mooney gives Case a 4-point advantage. Into the right corner, another 3-pointer from Emory, that time from Fran Sweeney. She followed her shot and then just chucked it up. Another Case turnover. That one's going to go off McCoy. And Orcutt pats her on the back and says, hey, that's okay. Let's get it right next time. Instructions being barked out from that Emory bench. You just saw head coach Christy Tomascuddy. To the right side now. This is Selena Castillo. Throws it away. Orcutt nearly kicked it up the floor, Aaron Reynolds style. But she was able to pick it up. Splits the defenders on her way up, and she'll shoot 2.
Brooke looked like a free safety stepping in front of that pass with the interception there. And then able to take it down the floor and draw the contact.
Canute picks up her 3rd personal, team 2nd of the second half.
You mentioned Aaron Reynolds. Probably safe to assume that her day is over after taking a shot to the what appeared to be either the nose or the mouth in that first half.
We did not get an official update, and I guess come to think of it, I did not see her over on the bench. But maybe she's sitting, actually, you know what? I think she's sitting on the end of the bench, and she's got a bag of ice on her chin. Can't tell if she's trying to ice more her chin or her lip, but whatever it is, she got biffed pretty good under the basket. Mooney came up with a turnover for the Spartans. Orcutt to the left side of the floor, McCoy underneath. It's a Case turnover. And we just got word that she bit her lower lip. She didn't bite completely through it. But nonetheless, apparently it's not in good shape. So we'll see if she returns to the floor. I would think it's doubtful as you get a look at her there at the end of the bench.
And you could tell she wants to be out on that floor.
Eileen Tsao, new to the floor. Back out to Fran Sweeney and out to the right side. This is Sweeney again. Tsao at the top of the key. Kicks it out. Here's Resnick for three on the right wing. She banks it in.
I thought only Huntington Bank was open on Sundays. Apparently the Bank of Horsburgh Gymnasium also open today.
33-31. And Case can't answer with 2 points of their own. Mooney comes up with an offensive rebound. There's no surprise. Oh, Beatty wide open, steps into it, and it just rattled out. Good pressure in the backcourt there by Mooney. She didn't give up on it.
Rachel Beatty's had a number of good looks, just can't get one to drop at the moment, but just heard head coach Jen Reimer shout out, "You keep shooting that," knowing that if she keeps firing them off, they're going to start dropping, and that would be huge for the Spartans.
And it's good for Beatty to hear the vote of confidence from her coach. It was a good look, and she nearly put it in. Tsao to Resnick. Back to Eileen. Banks it in and the foul. And Eileen Tsao, who just sort of scooted her way through the left side of the key, will go to the free throw line for one more. Sarah Arrington checking into the ball game to replace Gabi Whitmer. Tsao misses the free throw, and Orcutt fights with Mummy for the rebound and then throws it away.
That caused Brooke to rush in that situation and
insert Chelsea Steen. Well,
no, we won't repeat what you said about Chelsea the last time, but no, definitely.
I hope she lives up to it. This is the spot where you really would like to have her pressure.
You are right about that.
Eileen Tsao into the right corner. She hit the deck hard, and the ball goes out of bounds. I think it will stay with Emory.
You almost get a sense that the backcourt of Emory gave a collective groan, a collective, oh man, when they saw Chelsea Steen back on the floor. They know they're going to have to just work that extra bit harder.
Sweeney for three. It's too strong.
Good job by Laura Mummy there, boxing out, limiting Emory to just one opportunity there.
Mooney on the left side. Throws it to the right wing. Mummy goes up and grabs it. Now McCoy in the corner. Julie Mooney finds Mummy once again. Back to Mooney in the post. 7 to get rid of it. Steen in a triple threat position. Gives off. McCoy for three. Back of the orange. Mooney fighting for it. It goes out of bounds and stays with Case.
Great hustle there by Julie Mooney, giving her body up. Realizing she had to get herself down on the floor to have a shot at that loose ball.
Julie Mooney embodies all that you want in a basketball player at this level.
She's outstanding, and you can really see with her, she lets her play do the talking. She's not incredibly vocal. She leads by example. And that's one of the reasons she was voted a captain at the beginning of this season.
Orcutt up and another. Brooke Orcutt with a beautiful move in the low post. Gives the Spartans something to cheer about. She's got 11 points and the best free throw shooter on this team and one of the best in the country is heading to the line for one more. 35 of 38 on the season. Nothing but net.
Think about that. Such an effective free throw shooter. And that's the person who gets fouled on Friday night with 3 seconds to go. If you're Rochester head coach Jim Scheibel, you just shake your head at that.
Ron and I sat here and just smiled. There was no doubt she was going to hit him. Foul underneath the basket's going to go, I believe, against. Oh, okay, that's on Emory. I thought for a second that was going to go against Case, but it's Castillo who picks up her second personal. Orcutt in the backcourt, and as they try to get it across, Mummy darn near went into the backcourt. Too much pressure from the Eagles. Knees going everywhere. How did Case come up with that ball? Mooney to the rim.
Very smooth, very smooth. Boy, you felt bad for Laura Mummy on that possession. It almost looked like she was at the bottom of a football fumble pile there.
Julie Mooney continues to impress. What a senior day she's having. She snares another rebound. 13:44 left in the second half. And Julie Mooney in 23 minutes has 9 points and 6 rebounds in front of friends and family here in her final collegiate home game.
You could almost sense back in the game against NYU as Laura Mummy puts one in. You can almost sense with Julie Mooney that it clicked for her. She finally realized she needed to be assertive. And when she is assertive, she can really make things happen.
Look at these Spartans as they come off the floor. Jazzed up, the coaching staff loves it. Timeout, Emory. It's Case, 40-33. We'll be back.
Intercontinental Suites has been transformed into much more than a hotel. It is a center of wellness and tranquility, featuring renovated suites, an expanded fitness center, and pure rooms for guests requiring the most allergen-resistant rooms on the market. C2, our Mediterranean-style restaurant and bar, accentuates the ambiance of relaxation and rejuvenation. Chef Omar Jones has designed a menu full of fresh, locally grown herbs and vegetables, along with a flavorful cuisine inspired by the beneficial Mediterranean diet. Call the Intercontinental today at 216-707-4300 or visit us at hotelsclevelandclinic.com or on Facebook.
This year, Qdoba will cater like 10,000 parties.
Where? When? I'm there.
Well, these parties are hypothetical. I was just talking about Qdoba catering. Hot taco bars with fire-grilled chicken and marinated steak, flour tortillas and taco shells. You'll also get their hand-smashed guacamole, cheese, sour cream, lettuce, and salsa. They'll deliver to your home or office, and they'll even set it up.
Can I bring a guest?
Oh, boy. Visit Qdoba.com today for more information about Qdoba catering. Qdoba Mexican Grill. More to explore.
As we near the midpoint in the second half, Emory has outscored Case's bench 19-0, and the Spartans have turned it over 20 times, leading to 18 Emory points. But it's the stuff not on the stat sheet. Case with a 40-33 lead because of an extra effort over the last few minutes, things that don't show up, diving for loose balls, offensive rebounds that have led to good hustle plays. And as Julie Mooney rips away another rebound there, the Spartans look to add to their lead.
Emory under 34% now shooting from the field, only 15 of 45.
Going into that timeout that was called by the Eagles as Orcutt travels and turns it over again. Going into that timeout, Jennifer Reimer, for as visibly upset as she was when she had to call a timeout earlier, she was that much more excited that what they had been trying to do, working from high post to low post, had been so effective the last couple times up the floor. Case was getting great looks at the rim.
Oh yeah, she was fired up, no doubt.
Second chance opportunity there, and it's cashed in. Gabby Whitmer with a bucket.
And that's the thing with a young team. There's going to be these moments in the season where it just seems to click, and you know, everything that you work on, it all starts to happen for you. And then there's those times where you just can't figure out what the heck's going on. But that's the process with a young team and the growing pains that are involved.
Whitmer saves it, feeds it to her teammate, but Bevan misses at the front of the rim. Saeed plays right on the hip pocket of Orcutt coming up the floor. Brooke to the rim. She can't get it to go. Just a little bit to the left of that square painted on the glass. Good transition basketball by Emory. Gives Savannah Morgan an assist on a pass that went half the length of the floor and was finished by Khadijah Saeed.
Well, that's Emory's game there. They get the rebound on this side of the floor, and they are trying to push the ball up the court as quickly as possible and get an opportunity to score.
40-37, great backdoor pass, but Chelsea Steen was just a hair off on the layup, and then a turnover by Morgan.
I think Chelsea was even a little surprised that ball came to her. Great pass by Brooke Orcutt, and Chelsea, I think, was almost under the impression, like all of us, that Brooke was going to take that up herself.
Savannah Morgan averages 14.7 points per game. Today, in 20 minutes, she's 0 for 10 from the floor with 4 rebounds and 5 assists. She's done her fair share of sharing the basketball, which she's done all year long. But the leading scorer for one of the best teams in the country is having an off-day shooting. And that's a big reason why Case leads by 3, as an offensive foul was just whistled away from the ball after Chelsea Steen commits the offensive player control foul.
Well, the Spartans have done a good job on her, making sure to contest those shots, making sure that she's had to work to get decent looks at the basket, and just has not worked out for her today.
Thomas Cuddy tells the offense to slow up and read what's in front of them. We're near the 10-minute marker in the second half. Baseline jumper from the left side, and Whitmer's a little bit off the mark. All 3 officials in agreement there. They all blew their whistle, and every one of them said, that's a travel.
Typically, when you have possession of the ball and you drop down to your knees, that's what's going to happen.
Saeed comes out. Fran Sweeney takes her place. Freshman from Norristown, Pennsylvania. Steen saves what would have been another Case turnover. Back to Mummy, who goes right down Broadway. 42-37 Case.
Great pass in there by Chelsea Steen. Just a great job to maintain possession of that ball against the Emory pressure.
Sal with a nice spin move, and McCoy, in her attempt to box out, commits the violation. Gabby Whitmer replaced on the floor by Shelly Canute, who has 3 personal fouls. By the way, McCoy also with 3. Almost a 5-second inbound violation and a foul on McCoy, who immediately after picking up her 3rd, picks up her 4th.
And Coach Reimer's going to get her off the floor quickly here, and Brooke Orcutt, who's not accustomed to getting many breaks anyway. She'll come back on the floor a little earlier than planned.
3 off the inbound. That hurts.
Little miscommunication there on the defensive end for the Spartans. Brooke Orcutt late getting over, and a wide open look there.
They call it a 2. They said Sal's foot was on the line. Mooney, the reverse layup. Julie Mooney is taking over on senior day.
She's been doing that quite a bit on Sundays here at Horsburgh, I've noticed.
In the right corner, Selena Castillo working on Julie Mooney. Forces one up, and what started off looking like a horrible shot banks in.
You know, most players in the UAA will tell you that's the hardest day of the week to get up for and play is those Sunday road trips, but playing here at Horsburgh, it seems to be Julie Mooney's comfort zone so far.
Case playing about as carefree a game as they've played all season. They're playing confidently, and Mummy finishes at the rim. After losing 8 in a row and beating Rochester at home, you just sense a different approach from this team. They're more relaxed today, but they're playing better as a cohesive unit.
Well, you said it at the beginning of the broadcast, just a huge weight lifted off, and it does amazing things for you and allows you to play so freely. And this is a tight-knit group that has worked hard, and you're starting to see some of the results today and this weekend.
Case leads it by 5. 5 on the shot clock, but it doesn't matter. It's another turnover. 14th turnover of the game for Emory, which is still 9 fewer than the Spartans, who have managed to overcome that and lead it by 5 with 8.5 to play. And Julie Mooney on the left side with a crossover into the corner. Beatty open for 3. Case has also out-rebounded Emory by 12. Emory has had only 9 offensive rebounds. There's a 2-pointer from the left side. Shelly Canute adding to her tally. Give her 6 points. Beatty struggling with a double team and a foul in the backcourt. That was pretty tough. Good pressure by Sweeney and Sal.
Well, you could almost sense there that if that foul had not occurred, turnover might have been coming. The Spartans were trying to get some help across the line there for Beatty. It just never came.
Looks like we're going to see Emily Young, the sophomore from Lancaster, checking in for the first time here today at the next dead ball. Another case turnover. That one Chelsea Steen committed. And on the jump ball, some very clear frustration from Selena Castillo that she couldn't rip it away herself. Steen out, Emily Young on the floor as Beatty will inbound for the white and blue. Officials met about the shot clock, decided all was okay. Nobody had possession, so there's no reason to reset it. As you see Coach Reimer squatting down there in the corner. Young to the top of the circle. They work it around. Here's Mooney. 5 to let it go. She lets it fly, banks it off the front of the rim. Offensive putback, draws a foul. Laura Mummy back to the charity stripe.
Second chance opportunities are huge. Laura Mummy creating, being more physical inside, getting to the free throw line.
Final opportunity here in the 2014 part of the schedule here at home to make a positive impression on friends and family here at Case. 3 games remaining at Washington University, at Chicago, and at Carnegie Mellon. That's what's left on the schedule for the Spartans. Orcutt up and one more coming. Look at the excitement on the floor. This Spartans team is really feeling good.
Nothing more exciting. No better way to get your bench fired up than an offensive rebound and an and one.
Orcutt with the stomp of the foot and the $1 million grin after she hit that one. 48-43, looking to make it a 6-point lead. Just a little bit off to the right.
This team really takes on the identity of its head coach, too. A scrappy personality like Jen Reimer. Very intense, very fiery when it's time to suit up and play some hoops.
Give Julie Mooney a steal as she poked it away and now has control of the rock. Here's Orcutt, spinning, shooting, just missed. And Saeed, who extended that forearm into Brooke Orcutt, will draw the 6th team foul against the Spartans. Even though Case is playing well, Emory's not folding. This team is not going to go away, and it's going to take a full 40-minute effort to put away the Eagles, who are 16-5 on the season, but only 5-5 in UAA competition. They started the year 14-0, nationally ranked, looked like unstoppable world beaters, and they've hit quite a road bump here lately, losing 5 of their last 7 ball games. But they're coming off a win over Carnegie Mellon.
Bad turnover there for the Spartans. Of course, there's never really a good turnover, but the situation there, a good defensive stop, and then you throw it away with the turnover.
Nice move to the rim, but Castillo didn't finish it. She did the second time, though. 6:10 left. Case still in the lead. Emory's been playing behind for an awfully long time as Mooney is charged with the offensive foul. Jennifer Reimer's getting her money's worth.
I think the argument there was that the defender was not set. And it would certainly appear that that was the case, but a lot of activity going on all at once there underneath the hoop, and the call goes against the Spartans.
Orcutt leads the Spartans with 14, but Mummy and Mooney both have 11. Three-pointer on the left side to tie the game. It's too short out of the hands of Sweeney, and a foul in the backcourt committed on Castillo. Castillo just picked up her 4th.
Very gritty rebound there by Laura Mummy, going up in traffic, pulling that one down, and then holding on, and that led to the contact and the foul.
Savannah Morgan comes back into the ballgame to relieve her foul-troubled teammate. Mooney, Orcutt, Mummy, Emily Young, and Rachel Beatty on the floor. Tack another one on the board for the Spartans.
That's a big one too there, the front end of the 1-and-1. Gets that lead back up to 4.
Morgan, Canute, Resnick, Sweeney, and Whitmer on the floor for Emory. Both free throws go down, and it's a 5-point lead. Resnick to Sweeney, and she definitely traveled with it. She just lipped out, "I didn't dribble." No, but you picked up your pivot foot.
That she did, that she did. But you gotta admire the effort there on the argument.
And the Emory bench is starting to tense up a little bit. You can sense the frustration from the Eagles, who have not played well of late. A foul in the forecourt, and it will send Case to the line again. That time, Fran Sweeney just straight ran into the back of Emily Young. Eileen Sow gonna replace Fran Sweeney, and Jessica McCoy will replace Emily Young after the free throws, hopefully after she hits both. 1 and 1 coming. And the first from the sophomore is up and good. Emily Young, who is only playing in her 4th game of the season, had only played 6 minutes in her first 3 games. Valuable time here in the home finale.
Well, she
splits a pair from the line.
She's getting some very big minutes here today after some important minutes on Friday against Rochester.
Case came up with a loose ball. Mooney has it, looking to cross the timeline, right over the Spartan logo. Beatty has it on the left corner now. Orcutt traveled with a basketball, and Case will give it back with a 6-point lead. Emily Young, with all of her coaches and teammates coming over to slap her on the back. Great minutes from the sophomore Emily Young, who has a bright future here at Case.
That is great to see, and Jessica McCoy, who's been in foul trouble here in the second half, replaces Young.
We've reached the 5-minute mark and now well below it. Emory looking for a late game run. They have trailed virtually all game. And on another travel, Emory has just committed its 18th turnover. Case, who has done such a better job protecting the ball in the second half, is only at 26, and I say that comparatively speaking, after 20 first half turnovers. McCoy into the corner. Mooney open for 3, and she just missed it to the left.
Good ball movement there by the Spartans.
Three-pointer was just clanked off the back of the iron by Resnick. The last time that Emory had the lead was 10-8. They have tied it twice since then. But Case has not relinquished this lead virtually all game. Laura Mummy with 2 more points.
Great possession there for the Spartans, taking some time off the clock, adding 2 points. Situation now where the clock is your friend.
15 for Mummy, and you can add 3 more for Savannah Morgan, who with just 3:46 left finally gets in the scorebook. But it's Case that leads by 5. Final 4 minutes coming up next at Horsburgh Gymnasium in Cleveland.
Cleveland Marriott Downtown at Key Center offers the versatility and reliability to meet your unique travel and meeting needs. From smart spaces to practical amenities to world-class service, our flagship hotel will deliver the quality experience you expect, backed by the Marriott name you trust. At Cleveland Marriott, we have one goal: to serve you better. Book your special Case Western Reserve rate by visiting us at clevelandmarriottdowntown.com and entering promotional code C0N.
Emory breaks their huddle. Case about to do the same. It's the Spartans who have a 5-point edge on their home floor. Beatty, Orcutt, Mooney, Mummy, McCoy on the floor for the home white jerseys today, the Case Spartans. It's Sow, Saeed, Resnick, Whitmer, and Savannah Morgan out there for the Emory Eagles. A game that was dominated in the first half in terms of storylines as Beatty turns it over. How about that for on cue? Too many first half turnovers by the Spartans, who have at times been sloppy with the ball, but their defense has stepped it up when necessary. And that's why they have a 5-point lead. Good balance on the offensive end. The Emory Eagles just haven't been able to get a ton of momentum going. Emory has only hit 22 of 60 shots. That's 37%. And the Eagles have only shot 2 free throws all game. They have settled far too often for shots from the outside. And that three-pointer missed. It's on the floor, picked up by Whitmer. She throws it over to Savannah Morgan. Resnick open. Resnick missed. Mummy was fouled. That's the 10th against the Emory Eagles. And because it was not a player control foul, but instead Mummy was moving back up the floor, she'll shoot 2 free throws.
Huge defensive stop there for the Spartans. After the turnover, Emory had a chance to pull within 1 possession. Had a couple of good looks. But the Spartans are able to grab possession and get back to the foul line.
Some fans there sitting on the edge of their seats and now applauding at the made free throw by Laura Mummy. You want to talk about a player with another bright future. Laura Mummy, only a sophomore. That gets lost pretty easily as some of her former teammates there on screen cheering on their alma mater. 55-48, 3 minutes to go. It's the largest lead for Case in quite a little while. Saeed from the left baseline, and it's ripped away by Mummy.
Number of huge rebounds here in the second half by Laura Mummy.
You can just feel it. Case is playing to win, and Emory is playing not to lose. Beatty underneath. Gritted her teeth in dissatisfaction. Morgan is open, drives into the lane. She misses from point-blank range, but the putback is up and in from Gabi Whitmer.
There's been multiple times down this second half where you just feel like the Spartans had control and Emory was going to fold, but
Great
the
pass
Eagles
up
just
the
keep
floor,
fighting.
and McCoy saves it, gives to Mooney, who is fouled hard. It's a blocking foul. Oh boy, did Gabi Whitmer hit the ground hard, and she is slowly helped to her feet by her teammates. That one rattled your bones. You could feel it from here. She's trying so hard to fight it off, and she says she's okay. Really toughing it out. How about this note that was just passed along from the Case Sports Information staff? The Spartans have not committed a shooting foul in this game.
That is exceptional.
Mooney, got it. Whitmer hobbles off the floor along with Saeed. Fran Sweeney, Sarah Arrington, their replacements. This free throw would make it a 3-possession game. The senior, just a little bit short, and it rattles to the right. 2 minutes to go. Case trying to play strong defense here down the stretch. Resnick up top to Sal. She can't drive, there's nowhere to go. Good defense by McCoy. Backside pass. Arrington's shot was short. It never hit the rim, and the shot clock is at 7. And I believe Case has the basketball.
Really time now for the Spartans to utilize that clock. Only 1:42 left. They need long possessions here. You don't want to take a shot that is not under 10 seconds on the shot clock.
And they've got to protect the basketball on top of that. Those two things are paramount right now. Time is on your side, and you got to play protection. A foul in the backcourt, and Brooke Orcutt will shoot 2 free throws.
Probably not who everyone to foul there.
Just as she stepped to the line on Friday with literally the game on the line, 3 seconds to go, and it was a 56-56 tie. And I think everybody in the gym, with Orcutt going to the stripe, probably including her, had a feeling Case would hit both. Here she comes. No problem with the first.
Emory going with a lineup now with shooters at all 5 positions.
And they've got to be careful with who has fouls and who doesn't. 15 points for Brooke. She toes the stripe and continues to dominate at the free throw line all year. 16 points for Brooke Orcutt, who is 3 points above her season average. Case needs strong defense down the stretch, and they fight for a rebound underneath. Is that Laura Mummy that just ripped it away? They give it to Case. Last touch by Resnick, much to the dismay of the Eagles. Just 1:26 left. Case looking for their first weekend sweep of the conference slate. Julie Mooney just drew a foul, and she'll shoot 2 free throws. Look at the smiles on Mooney and Orcutt. This is their game. A disappointing season for Case with quite a big spotlight here today. This has turned into a wonderful senior day afternoon as Mooney puts in the first free throw. When you follow up one of the best seasons in quite some time for this program, expectations are high. You lose lots of seniors to graduation. You still have a close, spirited group. And this is the culmination of what has been a wonderful effort here today against a team who has received national attention all year. 10-point lead for Case. Morgan bounces underneath, and the Eagles get another basket and a quick timeout. Gabby Whitmer for 2. 1:16 left. Full timeout on the floor, and 1 timeout remaining for the Eagles. We'll step aside with them, returning in a moment.
Intercontinental Suites has been transformed into much more than a hotel. It is a center of wellness and tranquility, featuring renovated suites, an expanded fitness center, and pure rooms for guests requiring the most allergen-resistant rooms on the market. C2, our Mediterranean-style restaurant and bar, accentuates the ambiance of relaxation and rejuvenation. Chef Omar Jones has designed a menu full of fresh, locally grown herbs and vegetables, along with a flavorful cuisine inspired by the beneficial Mediterranean diet. Call the Intercontinental today at 216-707-4300 or visit us at hotelsclevelandclinic.com or on Facebook.
This year, Qdoba will cater like 10,000 parties.
Where? When? I'm there.
Well, these parties are hypothetical. I was just talking about Qdoba catering. Hot taco bars with fire-grilled chicken and marinated steak, flour tortillas and taco shells. You'll also get their hand-smashed guacamole, cheese, sour cream, lettuce, and salsa. They'll deliver to your home or office, and they'll even set it up.
Can I bring a guest?
Oh, boy. Visit Qdoba.com today for more information about Qdoba catering. Qdoba Mexican Grill. More to explore.
Brennan Gulick, Nick Minard with you here for the final 1:16 of the last home game of the regular season. Nick, you think it's safe to say this might be the most complete effort for Case this season?
Oh, absolutely, and a chance to win 2 in a row here at home. Sweep a conference weekend, like you said, and the contributions have been across the board. Seen a great job rebounding. The defense has been strong. Brooke Orcutt just continues to carry this team offensively.
Not quite over yet. After that jump ball, the Eagles take the possession. Case leads it by 8. In the corner, they get it out to Savannah Morgan, who has been ice cold today and misses again. Got her own rebound, missed a second time, and now Beatty with the rebound is tied up and fouled. Rachel Beatty fighting and got the foul called. So she'll shoot 2 free throws. Well, if Case wants to turn this into, if Emory wants to turn this into a free throw shooting contest, Case will happily oblige. While they have not hit quite the same number of free throws today that you might like, that one makes it 14 of 22 on the day. As you see a couple of content fans, some of the nervousness and anxiety in this building has been erased. This one could really do a number for Emory. But it remains a 3-possession game for an Emory team that can shoot threes pretty well. Morgan, here's Sal for 3. She got it. Only 1 timeout left for Emory, so they've got to be careful with what they do here. It's underneath the basket, out of bounds, and it stays with the white and blue. Case leads by 6. Mummy to inbound. McCoy controls, She's double teamed. She should have gotten called for a travel, but instead, here come the Spartans. Mooney bounce passes, Orcutt lays it in.
And Emory coach Christy Thomas-Cuddy, rightfully so, very upset on that play. The officials did miss a travel there with McCoy.
40 seconds left, and that missed jump shot for Emory might seal their fate. The jump ball goes back to Case, and you're exactly right. Christy Thomas-Cuddy has an argument. But throughout the course of a game, little things will happen. Jennifer Reimer, with a big grin on her face, calls the timeout. She knows that this one is in their control if they can close out the final 34 seconds. Let's keep it here, Nick. What an exciting game this has been. And while certainly there has been some frustration this season for this program, you got to love the tenacity and the willingness to constantly push forward here and try to make something out of what has otherwise been a tough year for the Spartans.
Oh, that's the attitude of this team. That's the attitude of the head coach. They're not going to fold. They're not going to call it a season. They're going to go out there and play hard every possession. And all of that hard work is starting to produce some results now. We talked about it. This is a young team that's gone through growing pains this year, but there is a lot of talent on this team. And some of the upperclassmen are stepping up in big ways, and now they're starting to see their younger teammates join the fold a bit and contribute a little bit more, and that's what happens. A good effort here today.
While we have a quick second, we want to thank Information Technology Services and Media Vision, as they have been excellently producing games throughout the fall and winter here for football and basketball contests. Award-winning webcasts here at Case Western Reserve University. We certainly appreciate the effort of everyone on the production crew, not just today, but all season long. Case looking to send the fans home happy here in the home finale in 2013-14. Foul in the backcourt. Laura Mummy, who's had a wonderful afternoon, will go to the free throw line looking for points number 18 and 19. If she hits them both, she can put herself in the team lead. Brooke Orcutt with a double-double today, 18 points and 11 rebounds. Just a little off to the left on that first free throw. And the Eagles, wrong bird.
You're in the neighborhood there. You're in the family, I guess.
I don't know where that came from.
Well, I think you're talking about a bird. You're talking about a sports team from Atlanta, so you're probably thinking
Nice
the Atlanta
save,
Falcons.
Nick. Thanks. Resnick with the layup. Still a 7-point, which means it's a 3-possession game. Inbounds pass goes to Orcutt, and she turned it over. 22 left. Morgan, who is now 1 of 16 on the game, will quickly want to put this one behind her. Savannah Morgan is a 43% shooter from the floor on the season. And today she's hit 1 of 16 shots, including 1 of 7 threes. She's had 8 rebounds and 7 assists, so she's still done other things to play well. But the scoring has not been there today, and Emory has certainly missed her.
And you admire the effort, though, from Morgan. She has not shied away. She's continued to shoot, and that's a mark of a good player. You have to be able to put these types of performances behind you. Move on to the next possession, the next game, whatever it may be.
Laura Mummy makes it an 8-point lead for Case. Canute out, Gabby Whitmer back in. One more for the sophomore. Rims out. Still life, whatever small it might be for the Eagles. 3 from the right side, and the clock stops at 8.7. Emory burns its final timeout. Didn't we say it just a minute ago? It's going to take a full 40-minute effort, not a 39-minute and 52-second effort to put away a team that is frustrated with their lack of performance in conference play despite a 14-0 start here this season.
Well, it's a team that's refusing to call this one a day, too. They're not quite ready to go back to Atlanta
I was just
yet.
gonna say, they don't want to go home to the snow. Maybe they want to hang out in Cleveland for a little while here in the not so sunny side of Lake Erie. So this one's just about done as you get a peek there inside the Emory huddle. I'm not going to ask you to play coach here, Nick, but I would think you want the ball in the hands of your best players. And while Savannah Morgan hasn't had a good day, because she's done so many other things, I think I would still want to give it to her.
Oh, absolutely. You give her the ball and you tell her to keep shooting. No question about that. Just like Jen Reimer told one of her players earlier today, Rachel Beatty, to keep shooting. Eventually they're going to fall. You can't get discouraged. You got to keep at it and hope it turns around for you.
Case has committed 29 turnovers. Emory has scored 22 points off those turnovers, but only 9 in the second half for the Spartans. Case will inbound here. Beatty can run the baseline if she so chooses. Or cut back to Beatty. She's double teamed and fouled with 5.8 left. 2 free throws here would do it. 1 keeps it really interesting.
Keeps it a 2-possession game. But still, with less than 6 seconds, no timeouts for Emory. This is monumental here.
It would take something catastrophic for Case not to finish this one with a W. Beatty can put all doubt, whatever little doubt there might be, she can put it all to rest with a free throw here to send the seniors home with a win on senior day. And the juniors' free throw seals it. 67-60 as Emory brings it up the floor. Morgan uncontested. Rims around and goes through. And with a 67-62 score, the game has gone final.